I just realized I didn't record parenting today.
Uh-oh. Ellie hears you. As soon
Does
as you
she?
started talking, I looked and she immediately turned her head this way. I'm like, yep, it's your favorite teacher.
That is so funny. Well, Emily says I have a doctor's appointment during your hour, so I'm going to do class on my phone.
Oh,
So
I
there
see
she
her.
is. Hi, baby.
Baby
Hi.
favorite teacher.
Hello. She's so cute.
She's just staring all serious.
Oh, she's getting excited. I see those feet bouncing.
Yes. See, that's your favorite.
Yay. Hey, little girl.
Hi, Leah. She's probably like, who are we talking to?
We're having baby time. It's
Yep.
time for the
No, this
baby.
is culinary. Oh. Parenting was earlier.
Yeah, no.
That's right.
Yeah, we're kind of
That's
blending the two together today. No, I'm just
right. Right.
kidding.
Well, I'll be back there tomorrow. I just hope I remember that I got to get up and actually leave the house tomorrow since it's been like 4 weeks.
Oh, that's
Sitting here
so
today.
funny.
Yeah, sitting here today, I'm like, oh my gosh, no, tomorrow I actually have to get up and get ready and leave the house. So,
That's funny.
but Friday was a nice surprise, though. I didn't realize we only had a half day.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, we have a full day technically, but it's
Right.
half of the day. But yeah.
Right. So I'm like, okay, if I can just get through Thursday, Friday's virtual and it's a half day, so I should be okay. Next week will be the struggle because then we're back full time.
Oh, I
So,
know. Yeah.
but,
Crazy.
but I got caught up on stuff, so I
Oh,
guess
good.
that's good. Yeah.
Good, good. Awesome.
All right. We'll get back to class now.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and show the warm up for today. So let me throw that in there. Okay. Okay, so let me present. We're going to do 2 of the warm ups. They're a minute each. So as soon as my screen presents, I will be able to show those to you. Okay. All right. So this one's not the most recent, so let me just get it there. Hold on. Okay, so you will be doing this one and the other one for 1 minute each. I'm going to go ahead and start the 1 minute timer now. And there we go. So we got 1 minute. Remember too to use your notes because that's where the answers are. Okay, here's your next one. "24 seconds." Okay, so we got a couple things we're going to do today. So I need you to go and grab your notes. Leah, I'm sure I sent these to you, so maybe access those while we go over them and fill them out as we go. We're going to be doing cuts, forms, and uses today. So that's where you need to be on that section. And it looks like we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12 blanks to fill out. So if you could go to that, that would be great. Okay. Just trying to get organized here, so don't mind me. Okay, so we did the functions of protein. We talked about complete proteins and the nutritional value of proteins. So we now are going to go into cuts, forms, and uses for our slideshow today. And then there's a little worksheet I'm going to have you do on the beef carcass, and we'll talk more about that when we're done with the notes. Okay, so, and I'll let you know, because when I did the notes, I just did talking points. So at the end of each slide, I'll ask you if you need a blank filled out, and then you can just tell me which one you're missing. So here we go. Okay. I think so. Okay, so all cuts of meat are composed of lean, that's your blank, lean or muscle tissue, connective tissue, and fat. And it's important to read labels on the packages, as some cuts of meats contain bones. Carcass that is too heavy to cut into small pieces called wholesale cuts. So that's your second blank. The carcass is too heavy to cut into small pieces called wholesale cuts. These are untrimmed cuts of meat that we receive from the processing plants. Wholesale cuts are all divided by the butcher into small cuts called retail cuts. That's your third blank. These are offered for sale in display cases of markets and grocery stores. So the thing, we were just talking about this in class. I know Meijer's has a meat counter, and I wasn't sure if Family Fare still has a meat counter or not. I'm not sure about that. So they're kind of a dying breed. Like eventually we might not sell any meat through like an open means that way. It's all going to be prepackaged and sold that way, which a lot of it already is. Okay, so your fourth blank is beef is made from cattle over 1 year old. It is bright red in color and contains white or a creamy colored fat. And when it has like fleeks of fat in the meat, like when you see a steak and there's like flat fats all the way through it, that's called marbling. So you want your steak to have some good marbling, because that means that there's moisture in the meat as it cooks and it's not going to dry out. Okay, so your sixth line is veal. Veal is a meat from cattle 3 to 14 weeks old. It is fine-grained, pink in color, lacks fat and marbling, and has considerable connective tissue. So veal is cattle that's 3 to 4 weeks old. So that's like a little calf, unfortunately. Some people like that kind of meat. And then pork is the next blank. And pork comes from hogs or pigs, usually less than 1 year old. Young lean pork is grayish pink, which changes to rose color as the animal matures. And then the meat is well marbled and covered with a soft white fat. You should see me first hour. I don't stumble over any words or do anything crazy, but 6th hour, I'm starting to shut down, I think, is my problem. Okay, Leah, so tell me what blanks you don't have on your notes. So
I have them all.
You do? Oh, good. Okay. Excellent. All right, so we're going to click to the next slide. So we're going to do a worksheet on this. and you're going to have to identify all these numbers. Because when you cut up the cow, there's different parts of the cow and they're called something different to a butcher. And so for your test, you're going to have to know all these different parts that are shown on this diagram here. But we're going to work on one today, so you'll have some practice with it. Okay, so I'm just moving on to the next one. Okay, so trichinosis. Basically, it's a disease caused by harmful parasites found in pork. All cuts of pork must be cooked thoroughly and checked with a meat thermometer. Okay, so pork always has that, possibility of trichinosis, so you got to be careful and make sure you cook it all the way through. Between 160 degrees. Lamb is the smallest animal used for meat, and it is the flesh of sheep not more than 14 months old. Mutton is the flesh of a mature sheep. So the next time we're together, we're going to watch this video about animal processing. And, this is how your meat gets from the butcher to your table. And I think it's important to view it. It does have the potential to make some people sad because they're animals that are being killed for meat, but it is very humane. The animal is never in pain, and it's done in a very tasteful way. And so next Friday where I'm going to show that to you. So if you don't want to watch it, then just kind of turn your volume down or something when it plays. Okay. The next one is variety meat, and that is meat or organs of meat animals like the brain, the liver, the kidneys, the heart, the tongue. I mean, you go to any store and they always have tongue in the meat case, or they might have like a little container of like gizzards and kidneys. I've never seen brain, but never to say never. But anyway, they have a very distinct flavor and all are rich in nutrients. I can remember as a kid, I think I can remember that we ate liver twice. And it wasn't one that was well received. I'll just put it that way. I think if my mom would have just not said it's liver, we might have been more open to it. But since she said it was liver, we were against it from the start. So there you go. Meat analogs, that's like a meatless meat that looks very like actual meat, but it's cooked the same way, but are prepared from textured soy protein. So like if you've ever had tofu, let's say, what you want to do with tofu is it's a soybean product, and it's really watery. So what you want to do is try to get out all of the water. So you typically might put it between two pieces of paper towel and kind of push the paper towels together, and that kind of squishes out all of the water. And then it's just like meat, you'd put it on a fry pan, you'd season it or put some type of marinade, and you would cook it just like meat. It's just gonna not have the fat in it, and it'll be better for you because it's made with soy product, which is high in protein but low in fat. There are several forms of meat available, including you can buy canned meat, frozen meat, fresh meat, cured meat. And so cured meat is treated with salt, sugar, certain chemicals, and it's often wood smoked. Like ham, sausage, beef sticks, bacons. There's so much more. But sometimes when you cure meat, it tends to be rather salty, so that could be kind of a drawback for somebody. Some people may not like that smoky flavor. I know I'm not a huge fan of it. And then some of the chemicals they use could be, they're chemicals that aren't typically found on meat, so that could be a little concerning. So there are some drawbacks to cured meat, but a lot of people like them and enjoy them, and each to his own. Okay, so Leah, did you get all your blanks filled out?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. All right, so I want to show you a couple things, and this is what I need you to work on. I don't know if anyone else showed up. Did anybody? Nope, it's just us. of this little close-knit family here. Okay, so I'm going to show you two things. The first one is the Q&A cuts, forms, and uses of meat. I think there's 3 questions I want to say. I'm not 100% sure, but I think there's 3 questions. Oh, no, I lied. There's 5. So this is the assignment for today, your Q&A. And if you look back on the, here's your textbook pages. Most of them can be answered by just looking in your notes, but like if you want more specifics on one of the questions ask you to kind of describe beef, they're going to be more descriptive in your chapter. I try to be a little bit brief. And then, you know, there's your variety meats, your meat lists, the forms of meat. Here's your section on cured meats. And then the review questions, there's 5. Okay, so there's that you can use. And then the second thing I want you to work on is this section called the meat carcass. And there's 2 things you're going to have to use. So this right here is the document that you're going to fill out. And this is a beef carcass. So it says name of the carcass is beef. And you're going to identify all of these cuts. So like for number 1, the whole cuts right here, you got to tell me what the whole cut is. And then when it gets to the butcher, they like cut it all up and then they sell it as retail cuts. So I need to know what are some of the names there. And then the method of cooking would be dry or moist cooking methods. And I'm going to show you how to find those answers. So stick with me here. So you're going to open this document, which gives you all the information. So that first section that we were just talking about is called chuck. So on your worksheet, you're going to put the word chuck. And then if you look at all of these meat pieces, you need to write at least 2 of them down. So you could write beef for stew, you could write ground beef, you could put blade of roast. So any of these, just give me 2 because these are your retail cuts right here. And this big piece right here is called your wholesale cuts. And then if you can kind of read down here, it says braise, and that is cook in liquid. So when it asks on the worksheet what cooking method, you're going to say moist because it's cooking with liquid, or you could just say liquid, it's fine. And then like this next section right here is called the rib. And then these are all the retail cuts up here. So give me a couple of those. And then right here, it tells you to broil it. If you're ever uncertain what kind of cooking method, you can scroll down and it'll tell you that broiling is a dry heat method. The only one right here that they mention about moist heat is braising. So if you see something that says braising, that would be moist heat. If it's broiling, roasting, pan frying, pan broiling, that's all dry heat, okay? So let me know if you get stuck on any of those. And then I would like to go over that the last 10 minutes so that I can make sure that you have all the answers correct. So I would like to do that before you go. So what I need to know now is, I'm pretty sure you know how to do the Q&A. And if you get to that beef worksheet, just unmic and just say, hey, can you explain it again? Or am I doing this right? This is what I got for number 1. Okay, does that sound okay?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Okay, very good. All right, so then we'll just go that route then, and then you just unmic or put in the chat if you have a question. Okay, Leah, you want to tell me dry or liquid. So when you say braising, just put, and I don't, hold on. That one, number 2, would be dry heat.
Oh, okay.
So just put dry heat for that one, for number 2. Or you could just put dry.
Okay.
Awesome, thanks. I cannot believe she just timed out. She's sending me an email right now. Let's see what she has to say. My Wi-Fi kicked me out. Mm-hmm. Hey, Mrs. Gray, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know how they're going to do exams for the kids that have like reading exams? Are they just going to keep you guys where you are and then you'll just read for me for my my fourth and sixth hour?
I think so.
Because
Yeah,
what
I
will
think
I do for my nutrition that I have first, third, and fifth?
well, I would have thought they would be, or they probably will be. I guess we still have a month, but they should be putting out an exam reader schedule, and then you sign up for the hours that you need somebody.
But
And
what about seniors that I have?
well, seniors, that would be, I guess that would be a question that I would probably put out to Mrs. White and
Okay.
ask her. I mean, I'm available most days after we're done with school, um, that I could read virtually, or
Yeah.
some days I could possibly stay after and read, to a student. It just depends on if it's a game day or not.
Because I have Justin Snyder. That's my only snafu. I have him third hour, and
Oh,
he's sped, and I'll have to look on his accommodations, but I'm sure it's going to tell me that he gets them read to him.
right. And he
But he
might even,
hasn't been using that accommodation all year though because I don't have anyone to read for him.
right, right. Yeah, I would just ask her and see
Okay.
how you're supposed to do that. And she may just say, let me know which students you need to have read to, and then
Okay.
she'll figure it out for you.
Okay. And
Um,
then Monica is going to get a modified exam for the
okay.
seniors on because I will need you to read to her on next week. Let's see, next week, Wednesday.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you read the exam to her. So, do you want to access the exam in Google Classroom, or do you want me to send it to you when I have it done?
You can just send it to me when you have it done.
Okay, because it's gonna be about 100 questions, I figure.
Okay. All right. And that's for parenting or culinary.
Well, it'll have to be for both because I have her for both.
Oh, you have her in parenting and culinary?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No, she's parenting. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
I
parenting.
have her in nutrition though too, so that's another one in nutrition. I guess there's another one there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
So,
and I'm just trying to think. Um I have world history third hour with Mr. Claypack, but unless there's a quiz um or a test, I won't be missed in there. So if you need to pull me, I can just check with him and just say, hey, I need to read for a couple of students. Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem.
okay, so that would be third hour, and that would be, hold on, let me look. That would be on a Tuesday.
Okay, so this is Wednesday. You said did you say Wednesday next week?
So I have Justin in person just to make it more confusing, and Monica is virtual.
All right, so Justin is in person. Monica is virtual. So Justin will be taking the exam on Tuesday or
Yes,
Thursday.
Tuesday
Tuesday. All right, so he'll be Tuesday,
in person,
May, and that will be May
11th.
11th. Okay. And
And
then
then
Monica's
Monica is
virtual.
virtual, and so I would need you on Wednesday. No, hold on. I would need you, Wednesday, 5th hour.
Okay, so Wednesday. I get my pen to work. So Wednesday would be the 13th, and that's 5th hour,
Mm-hmm.
and Justin is 3rd hour. All right, so I can check with both of my teachers. 5th hour, I have algebra though. So that
Yeah.
one might be a little harder for me, but I'll check with my teachers and just see.
Okay.
See what they say. And because virtual might be okay though, because we will be virtual.
Right. And that one would be Wednesday, and Justin's is Tuesday.
Tuesday. Okay. So I'll email both the teachers and just ask them
Mhm.
if that will work. And then
Okay.
you said Justin is nutrition and she is parenting.
Oh, Monica is nutrition, because you will be in parenting with me to give
Oh,
her the test.
yeah. So
This
those are
is
both
this is nutrition. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I made myself a note. Hopefully I can remember what I'm writing when I look at it in an hour.
Right. And
So,
I don't think I'll need you in culinary, because I only have Braden, Geraldine, Nazaya, and Logan, and none of those are sped. But in parenting, it's Trisha, Tanner, and Monica in there. And
right.
Monica gets a modified test, so her test will be less options.
Mhm.
So if there's 4
Right.
options for everybody else, she'll get 2.
Yeah. You have Shelly also in culinary. Shelly and Brady.
Shelly, they're seniors.
Oh, no, not
Oh,
seniors. Sorry. I
okay.
wasn't thinking seniors. No, I thought you were just in general saying. Yeah,
Oh
no.
yeah, these are just my seniors that so Trisha, Tanner, Monica, I'll put you in a group with them.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then you
Oh,
said
and Michael.
complementary.
Oh, Michael.
Oh
But you'll
yeah,
do
Michael's
him
in
in
there too.
person. That'll be
Yep.
in person.
Yep.
Do you see how this is insane?
Oh yeah, it is. It's
God
crazy.
damn.
I
So
know.
over this.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I know. We're almost there.
If we can keep it all straight, we'll be doing
Right.
fabulous.
Right. Now, how long do you
Anyway.
guys have to still work after we're done on the 4th? Are you guys like done then, or once you get your grades in, you're done?
Um, that is a good question. I don't know. I'm sure, yeah, once we get our grades in and stuff, we'll be done.
Yeah.
So I heard they're having some kind of a dinner, not a dinner, but like
Yeah. Like a
a half
cookout or
day or
something.
something. Yeah. And so they're
Yeah.
doing something for us or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I know that sounds like a big group of people getting together.
that's right. I
But who
know.
knows by then? I mean,
Yeah. That was supposed to be in the football field, so that can at least give us some space,
right. Right.
up in the bleachers and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know now they're changing stuff too with mask mandates
Oh boy.
but are people really fully vaccinated that are going to start not wearing a mask just because? I mean, how do you know? I mean, you can't go up and ask for proof. And
Right.
I'm still wearing a mask, and depending on what it looks like in the fall, I might still wear one then, just because that could be our next round, come
Yeah,
fall.
I know it.
I don't
I
know.
know.
I don't know. Yeah,
It's
I know.
screwed up.
Yep, it sure is.
Oh man. Well,
Yeah.
you don't have to stick around. I'm just gonna sit
Okay.
here and work anyway. So try
All
to
right.
keep
Well, I'll
my head
finish.
on straight.
Yeah, I'll finish up some of my stuff too. And then,
Yeah.
did you say on that inspection, grading, and selecting questions that's due when?
So for the virtual kids, I always give them a little bit of time, but because there was 5 questions, I bet you it was due today.
Okay.
May 7th. What is that? Okay, I guess I did give them. Oh no, those are
Okay.
sorry. Okay, May 3rd. So obviously the date's already passed, but
Okay.
um the virtual kids I give more time, but because if I give the in-person kids time, then they won't do it,
Right.
you know?
Exactly.
And
Well,
so
I just printed this, and I'm like, I swear I've printed this already. Yeah, I did. I printed it for the in person, and then I've already filed. Well, it's in my to be filed pile, but it hasn't
uh,
been filed in my binder yet.
so what I did is in parentheses, I up where it talks about the title, I also put virtual students will get up to Wednesday.
Okay.
to get it done. So that's today because it's only
Okay.
5 questions, and the Carcass thing is probably due today as well.
Okay.
But let's see what I said. I didn't say anything about the Carcass. I just said it's due today.
Okay.
And
I
then,
mean, you give them time to work in class. It should be.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
So there we go.
All right. All right. Well, I knew it looked familiar, but I printed it again anyway. So when I go through to file, I will probably discard one of those so that I don't have so much in my binder. So,
All
but
right,
yeah,
well, we're
I'll
doing.
go ahead. Yeah, I'll email Mr. Claypack and Ms. Rowley about next week
Okay.
and just see. And as soon as I find out anything, I'll let you know. That way, if you need to
Yeah.
ask somebody
Well,
else.
they might have seniors. I don't know.
Right. Well,
But
I
they
know
have
I
to-
don't have any 5th hour.
Okay.
And I don't have any 3rd hour, yeah. So I'm
Oh,
good at
okay.
both those classes.
Oh,
They're
okay.
both freshman, sophomore classes. So
Oh,
yes,
good.
I'll be good. Yep. So
Yay.
so
Okay.
yep, we'll tentatively plan on that. And then like I said, as soon as I get confirmation from both of them, I'll let you know.
All right. Excellent. Thank you.
All right. Sounds good. I will see you
All
tomorrow.
right. Okay. Bye.
All right, bye.
Okay. So paper because then she can't.